What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Manbitesfilm, episode 96. I'm waiting. Not today? Good.
Not today.
As always, I'm your host, Branden. Joining me is my favorite human beings on the face of the earth.
Oh, thank you, Branden.
My cousin Lewis.
Yo, he went first last week. Why is he going first again this
Sorry,
week?
okay. Go.
Because he loves me more. That's why.
Get to the back of the line then. And
he doesn't
of course,
like you, fat boy.
he's my Pillsbury
Whatever,
Doughboy.
go grow some hair.
He's my Pillsbury Doughboy. I said that really weird the second time, but we're going to go with it. We got Williamphoenix.
Doughboy.
You make my dough grow.
Wait,
Wait, I'm sorry. I said that wrong. You make my dough rise.
If you're listening for the first time, or you've joined us for this incredibly long journey, thank you very much. Remember, we are a weekly movie podcast where we talk about movie news. We review one movie all together. We do the movie bucket list. And then at the end of the show, we do 3 individual reviews and a new segment. Not in that order. So, of course, if you've been listening, we changed the format of our show a little bit.
We did?
Yeah, like in the sense that now we're going with the movie bucket list, segue into our first segment of the show. So, as always, this is where William has been bestowed by these beautiful, luscious aliens, these magical, yes, they're luscious, floating.
Do they
magical
have luscious
coasters.
lips?
Yes, they have DSLs.
Ooh.
Or as the kids say,
wow, he went 90s, or actually
dick sucking
DSLs.
Angelina Jolie back in the day, bro.
Ooh. So he has these floating
poster
magical
girl.
posters with this list of movies that you should watch before you die, or something along those lines. And every week he surprises Lewis and myself with a movie. So
What happened?
William,
What's going on?
Yeah, I would like to say for the record, I sent Lewis a message at 9:12 this morning. There's a timestamp on that thing, asking him specifically, can you please send me an updated list of the movies we have done on the bucket list so I don't double up? We start recording at 8:30. He sends me the message with the list at 8:28.
So you got 2 minutes to review the last 5.
Yeah, yeah, 2 minutes to go through. God knows how many movies we've done it. So if it's a double, I am sorry. I will find something else. But from the quick review I did, I do not believe that it is a double. But anyway, it is a classic. Because
you say that every week.
He does.
I mean, most of them are. You know, I'm sorry. I get my chance. It's a banger of a movie.
Thank you.
Are you thinking about food now, William? Are you thinking about food?
No, I just ate, so I'm good.
How the fuck does banger have to do with food? What?
Because every time you guys say bangers, I'm like, now I want bangers and mash.
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, glad you pay attention.
I kind of disconnect sometimes, in the middle of the show. It happens.
Yeah. Says the host of the show.
So
fuck off, all right?
Unprofessional.
What's unprofessional is I'm trying to say what movie it is, and you keep getting fucking cut off.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, dude.
What
was that, William?
What is it?
Are we good? Are we
good?
Yes.
Yeah, go.
Are we sure?
Maybe.
Yes.
So, in honor of having finally watched the end of
Jesus
What? See this? I have this whole thing in my head, and then he's gonna say something, and it makes me completely lose. And yeah, whatever. Anyway,
let him speak.
In honor of having watched the end of Hunters, which, by the way, I know I reviewed it last week, but I finished it, and y'all need to watch this because oh my god, the twist at the end, absolutely worth it. We're going back to the 70s. With a very young Al Pacino.
Okay.
In your hometown, Branden.
Isn't this 80s?
Miami?
Oh.
Did we thought it came out in the 70s.
Oliver Stone?
No.
Did we do this? We did this.
Not according to the list it sent me.
We did Scarface.
Scarface? No, we haven't done Scarface.
Oh, really? I thought for some odd reason, I thought we had done Scarface. And I think this is 80s. I think it's like 81.
It is 81.
It is 81. All right, my bad. I got the year wrong. But yeah, no, I'm going through the list again now to make sure. But no.
It's not. I just went through the list.
Nope.
Okay, cool. Then I stand corrected. I could have sworn we talked. Maybe it was off air or some others. Air. Yeah, but okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, William. Continue. So yeah, you're bringing Scarface to us today.
Oh yeah, I'm bringing Scarface to the table and seeing what you guys think. It's a movie that has to be seen in your lifetime. Say hello to my little friend.
By the way, coming from a Cuban American,
Louis tells his fiance every night.
Look, coming from a Cuban American, Louis is also a Cuban American. He has the worst fucking Cuban accent on the face of this goddamn earth. Like, it's terrible.
Oh,
Al Pacino. He has a horrible Cuban accent. Louis, do you agree? Is he there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's horrible.
It's fucking horrendous.
It's like everything else in this movie.
You mean Cubans don't sound like that?
No, not at all. Well, there is one Cuban, his best friend, who is played by Manny.
The guy from Que Pasa USA.
Yes, which his name is no longer. Let's see. Wait. Manny. Que Pasa USA.
Everybody's like, what the hell is Que Pasa
USA? Did you say Manny Que Pasa?
No. He's from a show. Okay, deep dive. This is for somebody that did not grow up in the in Miami or didn't watch the show in the late 70s, early 80s. This show is called Que Pasa USA. So like, what's happening USA, basically. That's what it's called for a rough translation.
Stephen Bauer is his name.
Stephen Bauer. He changed it though, because that wasn't his original name. His original name is Manny
Ernesto Echeverria.
No. Oh yes. Yeah, Manny Rivera is the character he plays on Scarface.
Yeah. Esteban Ernesto Echeverria is his actual
and then
name.
he changed it to Stephen Bauer because he thought he was going to get more work with, like, I guess a white name, whatever. So Que Pasa USA is basically the sitcom from the late 70s, early 80s about this Cuban family that has moved to Miami, and it's just like the weird like shenanigans that they get into, and it's kind of neat because it teaches people that don't speak Spanish kind of like Spanish lingo, and it's really funny. Even I think it's a funny show, even for somebody. It
is a classic of Miami. This is the staple. This is what Cubans are like.
Yes.
Like, you want to watch what Cubans are like? Watch Que Pasa USA, not the abomination that is fucking Scarface. Every time I see somebody in like movies and drug movies and stuff like that with the Scarface posters, I'm like, oh, it's gut wrenching every time I see some dumbass thug life wannabe having a Scarface poster. He's like, yeah, I'm a badass motherfucker. No, you're a dumbass motherfucker is what you are.
I like Scarface. It's a ridiculous movie. I don't kill kids, man. And then he shoots the guy in the head in the car. It's just a really ridiculous movie. But crazy
people
enough,
have given me that movie as presents, and I've given them away to Goodwill. That's how bad they are to me. I'm like, I can't get rid of that fucking movie, dude.
I hope that nobody that ever gave you that as a present listens to the show.
I've told people every time they give it to me. They give it to me as like fuck you.
I know what I'm getting you for Christmas.
Honestly, it's not a great movie, but it is interesting because it is a little bit over the top because at the end of the day, But I've heard stories and I've seen plenty of documentaries. Miami in the 80s was fucking wild, all right? Dude, they shot up fucking what's that mall? Fucking the one on Kendall Drive.
Mall of America?
No, not Mall of America. Even though there was a shooting there too.
Many times.
The parking lot.
Oh no, Dayland Mall.
Dayland Mall, thank you. Like dudes walked in with like machine guns and just started shooting up the mall.
Yeah, Bayfront Park, the same thing, or
Miami was wild. Yes, the movie is a little ridiculous because they want to make it into a movie. But if you want to get like a taste or a look at what Miami was back in the 80s, like
go watch Miami Vice.
Yeah, that too.
The TV show, not the movie. Sorry.
Yeah, not the movie. I've asked my dad, like, how crazy.
But which?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, okay, which TV show? Like the original one?
The original one.
Yeah, the original.
Oh, yeah.
I've actually asked my dad, like, how was Miami back in the 80s? And he was like, there were parts of town that it was just like, don't go there at all. Like Miami Beach, it was like, don't go there.
Yeah.
Don't go there.
It's really...
Do I think it should be on one of these lists that you should watch before you die? I don't think so. Do you guys think so?
Hell no.
I don't know.
I think that it's a classic because it is, the cult classic that it is. But I don't think that it's a bucket list classic.
Yeah, like I enjoy watching the movie and fucking
I hate the movie.
What's his name? What's Al Pacino's character's name?
I don't know.
Scarface?
All right.
Yeah.
If you want to watch Scarface, if you want to watch this storyline, watch the one from the 30s and 40s. It's actually pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Don't watch this shit abomination of a movie. This gets a coveted 2 out of 10 for me.
God damn.
This is an atrocity, and it's.
I love how we never
rate
movies on this segment, but Lewis was like, you know what? I hate this.
He just went like, nope, it's a 2. For the record, his name is Tony Montana.
Thank you. I totally forgot. Why did I forget that name? Tony Montana. He is an abomination of a fucking human being, and he's a piece of shit, and he deserves everything that happens to him in that movie. But yeah,
he has zero redeemability in the movie.
He really no, not really. There is that scene, like I said. No. Okay, he is a piece of shit human being. But remember that scene, like I was saying earlier. I don't kill kids, Meng. And then he fucking shoots the guy. Remember, he's gonna blow up the car with the dude in it and the kids.
Yeah, he sticks to his. A man that basically came to have no moral and still stuck by that moral of I don't kill kids. Which I mean, I have to say, does it make him a saint? Absolutely not. Hell no. But the fact that you see, like, as lost as he was and down as far down the rabbit's hole as he had gone. That always stuck. Like, not doing it. No kids. That's like my one hard limit. And even when they try and push him to do it, he sticks by his, no pun intended, he sticks by his guns and says, no kids. So I commend that. That small, commendable part of Tony Montana.
That's like 5% of that character, though. Everything else, like, I'm just going to spoil because fuck you if you've never seen this movie.
Yeah, I mean, the movie's almost 40 years old.
Yeah, fuck you, honestly. I'm sorry. Like, when he kills his best friend because he's dating his sister or fucking or whatever, he basically gets his sister killed. He's a piece of shit to his mom. Like, that's the only redeemable thing about that character is that he doesn't kill kids. He has a code.
Yeah. So there's a funny story behind Cubans. So there's 2 Cubans, the Refi Cubans and the original Cubans, the ones that came and left Cuba in the 60s, 70s type of thing, and then the Cubans that came in the 80s, like maybe a couple years, Mariel and post Mariel.
So by the way, people, if you've seen Scarface. That's Mariel. That's Mariel. Basically, in the early 80s, for a little history lesson,
they dumped the jails.
Basically, Fidel Castro opened up the jails and was like, "Free, go," and basically sent them to Miami, and that's why Miami in the 80s was crazy because there was a lot of criminals and drug dealers and all that shit.
Oh, so it's kind of like Australia with the British Empire, where they sent all the
the criminals,
all the felons and all the criminals. They're like, we're going to dump them on an island, and they're like, we're going to dump them on a peninsula.
Basically. So,
Thank you for the history lesson, by the way. I know that we always make fun of everything and whatnot, but the fact that we're actually sitting here and one of the reasons why I picked it is because knowing your background for the two of you, I knew that it was going to hit close to home, and if it was going to be good, y'all were going to reminisce about the past. If it was going to be bad, y'all were going to be like, no, fuck this shit. This is the real truth. Either way, we were going to come out on top.
So, but yeah, I agree. It should not be on a movie. it on this list. What do I? Actually, I'm not going to give a rating because we never give ratings. So yeah, I'm going to say no. Should you watch Scarface?
No.
Sure. It's a fun, really ridiculous, stupid movie, but it's not like great by any stretch of the imagination. So, William, what do you think it should be or should not be on this list?
I don't think it should be on a bucket list. Like I said, it's a great movie. It's got an amazing cast. But it's not, it would be on a bucket list of like gangster movies, I guess.
Okay.
But not on a all-around bucket list movie.
Yeah. I agree.
Sweet. So none of us agreed on this one.
Unanimous decision. Fuck Scarface. No. Stay tuned.
I think it's been a while since like we all agreed for something not to be on the list.
I think so too. Much. I think so. So of course, stay tuned after this quick break when we come at you live with the main with the main segment of our show, the main review, picked by William, The Craft.
Welcome to an exploration of sight and mind, a travel through the world of films and the artists that bring you these masterpieces. Do you love films, directors, actors, cinematographers, editors, composers, or any of the hundreds of artists that bring you these feats of art? I am Luislacau, your host into the world of films, your guide to Man Bites Retro.
All right, guys, welcome back for the main segment of our show, the main review, picked by William, or one of William's decisions, and picked by the listeners, The Craft.
Yes.
So, I'd never seen this movie before.
What?
Yeah, it was on my list. I just had never gotten around to it. And this was,
Well,
perfect.
You are welcome then, hoping that you liked it.
Thank you. It was definitely interesting. This is Blumhouse.
Craft?
Oh
no.
Oh no. Sorry, I'm looking at the Wikipedia and I just looked at a random line and it says that in March 2019 it was announced that there would be a reboot which will be produced by Jason Blum and his production company Blumhouse Productions. Sorry, that's what I saw.
That's in pre-production hell right now and I hope it stays there.
Okay, so back to The Craft. The Craft is a mid-90s, super 90s movie.
Super 90s.
Super 90s.
My God.
It is very 90s. Basically about these four chicks in a parochial school in LA. Yeah, I went to Catholic school my entire life. I can say that now. Parochial. And basically they are witches. And they're like the outcasts.
They're trying to be witches.
They're trying to be. One of them has powers.
Be witches.
One of them has powers. The new girl on the block has powers. She's a telekinetic. And she befriends these three girls that are basically the outcasts. And they decide to become this coven of witches. And yeah, it goes from there. It stars, I always say her name wrong. Fairuza. How do you say her name?
Fairuza Balk.
Fairuza Balk.
Fairuza, thank you. Fairuza Balk. We got Robin Tooney, who plays the main character, and Neve Campbell, of course, from Scream. And I didn't know that Billy from Scream is also in the movie.
Yes.
As what's the guy's name? Adam?
Chris,
thank you, Chris.
But let's also not forget Rachel True, which is like the fourth girl and main character in the movie.
Yes. No, Rachel True.
I did not know until I watched. Huh?
Say that again?
Yeah, go ahead, William. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying Rachel True is the fourth girl in the cast. It's like the fourth witch, so to speak.
Yeah, she's the black girl, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, which I didn't know. 2 years later, she was Mary Jane in Half Baked.
Yeah, she was.
Oh, I didn't know it.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think of this film? Like, I don't know where to start.
William, I want to hear your take on this.
I was going to say, Lewis, I'll let you go first because from a pagan point of view, I got a lot to say.
Oh, Lord.
So do I.
Go ahead, boys. Pick your poison. Which one of you wants to go first?
So this movie doesn't... it's not real.
Okay. No.
It's fantasy. That's the first thing we got to start off with.
Okay.
Second of all, you have to understand this is a mainstream view of witchcraft, not Wiccan. This is not Wiccan that it's actually going into. This is witchcraft. It's... I want to say this very reluctantly, is this is fake witchcraft. It is mythology witchcraft. It is what Christians think is witchcraft. You know those memes that said what your parents think, what you think, and what actually is?
Yes.
This is what your parents think. Witchcraft is.
Okay.
William, do you agree with me?
I agree. Yes, I agree that this was definitely the 90s witchcraft, the 90s view of what paganism or what back then Wicca was like the big name to use in this case, which for those out there, paganism and Wicca, although it's kind of like Christianity and Catholicism, It is kind of like the same thing, but it's not the same thing. It's two separate things. And this is kind of like the Hollywood version of, they're like, we don't want to make them full witches, but we want to show what paganism is or what Wicca is. And I did like the whole visiting the New Age store because back then it was like a big thing. We had like two of them in West Farms Mall at the time. One of them was Blue Moon.
Is this the store where they buy like the books and stuff? Like the
Okay,
I would say that's the closest to Wiccan in this movie. The closest, not actual, but the closest.
Yes, I will also give them credit about wanting to call out like what do you call them? Like the four different corners.
Yes.
With, north, south, west. Yep. I will give them credit where most of the beginning, before all this actual magic starts happening,
it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's close to what truth is when you do, like we don't go to church. We have covens. Covens are, and I'm sorry if I'm going to a history lesson at this point, but, like you guys are passionate about how Miami was in the 80s. I'm passionate about how Wicca and paganism is represented. But, you'll never go to like a big built church or temple or anything like that because Wicca and paganism was always done at people's houses because we don't need a temple to go and worship the lady. The fact that they mentioned the threefold, I will applaud that all day because that's something that is. Somebody did their homework. When it came to like the New Age store and we came to like writing the script about talking to the lady that actually knew what the hell she was talking about, somebody did their homework because she talks about whatever you do, good or bad, you do threefold.
I have a feeling that honestly what they did was somebody came with a really good script that had pretty much what Wiccan was, and then one of these studios picked it up and said, oh, let's add this, because this is Hollywood. Let's make this. Let's add this. Let's add this. Because there's sprinkles of reality in this. And honestly, let's be honest, William, there's not really any good movie out there in Hollywood that really depicts what it actually is. Let's be honest.
Practical Magic was actually another one that... Practical Magic was dreamed with Sandra Bullock. With Sandra Bullock and what's the Australian lady's name?
Yeah, but it was sprinkles. It was sprinkles of it. It was the same as this at the beginning.
Yeah, but like the use of I forgot what it is that they use in Practical Magic. They use some kind of herb, belladonna. They use a belladonna to make somebody go to sleep. The mention of the blood of the moon. Like there are definitely sprinkles in that movie, but that's more true when it comes to. So Practical Magic is more true to Wicca and paganism when it comes to like their quote unquote spells because they're because they use them more using, nature,
alchemy.
using plants, using alchemy, which is what paganism and Wicca does. The craft is more true to nature, as far as, like I said, the four corners, the fact that they mention, earth, wind, fire, water, and then the spirit. So between the two, if they were to combine them, it would make for one really good, mostly accurate movie. But for what this was back in the 80s, and it kind of started the whole Wicca coming out into the forefront, it helped. Was it like the best thing that it helped? Absolutely not. But it definitely helped, because this came out in, 96?
Yep.
Yeah,
and
96.
I converted to paganism in 98. So 2 years after this movie had come out. And this was one of the movies that was actually shown to me kind of like, and I was told, like, don't take everything literal, because obviously it's Hollywood. But, to kind of give you an idea what paganism and what everything is, here you go, on top of reading books. So, yes, it was definitely used in the forefront. I liked it. It was what 50 Shades of Grey tried to do for BDSM and failed. The craft did to paganism and Wicca, and kind of, if obviously you believe that, people don't come out of mirrors, people can't change the color of their hair by shaking their head, and they don't really fly. But as far as the bases, this did a lot of good, bringing it to the forefront, showing it's not witches. It's not, we're not going to do rooms. And it kind of seems like almost like an adult Hocus Pocus. You know what I mean? Because it's not kid based, but it's kind of like, oh, it's got the witches and it's got the witchcraft and the spell making. Yeah. So I would think like the closest thing to the real spell in here is when she makes Skate Ulrich fall madly in love, obsessively in love with her. Because there are tonics out there, there are things out there that you could potentially mix that, pheromones to make them spin it your way. But overall, I enjoyed this movie. This is definitely a movie that I would show probably like tweens and teens that kind of want to see a movie about witchcraft and about Wicca, and, not take everything to heart. And I think that to some degree, even the special effects kept very much like to this day. Go ahead.
No, when I think of the special effects, I just think of the scene where her fingers turn into like snakes.
Oh, that was, yeah. Okay, I'll give you that.
It's just really
fun. That doesn't actually happen, boys and girls.
Obviously.
I'm sorry.
Unless you're hallucinating on acid.
This movie, I gotta admit, I enjoyed the movie. It was fun. It's not great. It's your typical, like, I don't know. It's very 90s. Very, very 90s.
It really is.
Absolutely.
All I could keep looking at was, God damn, Neve Campbell is beautiful, dude. I'm sorry. Neve Campbell, dude, like, you look at her and you're like, wow, you, or at least I think she's very, very pretty.
No, she is.
And this is before Scream.
This is the same year, actually, that Scream came out.
Is it the same year as Scream?
Yeah, it's the same year that Scream came out, yeah.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, so this was...
Yeah, you see two characters in this movie that you're going to see in Scream also.
Yeah, because this was released earlier in the year than Scream.
Yeah. Also, Fairuza Balk, she is freaky, dude. She
is awesome, dude.
I met her at Spooky Empire a couple of years back. I think it was the same one that we were... Yeah, I think it's the same one that we were at. And I literally went up there. She still has the same smile, which is great because it's like that wonderful smile. And I went up to her very, jokingly, and then I had her sign something for me. And I'm like, by the way, I have a small bone to pick with you. And she was like, okay. And she's smiling at this point because I'm like, in my like, she's probably heard this before. And I'm like, I loved Disney. To me, Disney could do no wrong. Disney never scared me. Disney was my haven. Until I watched Return to Oz. And that movie scared that crap out of me. So I want to thank you for helping them make that movie and scaring a child into adulthood and proving that Disney is not always safe. And she laughed and she was like, well, I am so sorry to hear that. I'm like, don't be, because it's one of the, to me, it's one of the greatest Disney movies of that time, where it's like, one would never expect to come back to Oz and be like this, like,
backward.
We need to review Return to Oz at some point. Because
I've actually never seen that movie.
Disney Plus.
I've never seen it.
But, oh my god, dude. The rollers scared the bejesus out of me.
I've heard that movie is, not to go off on a tangent, but I've heard that movie is, like, not for children, kind of.
That movie, definitely not.
That movie, too...
William?
No, go ahead.
No, you were going to say something.
No, I was going to say, like, that movie to Oz is what the Black Cauldron is to Disney animated movies.
Okay.
Yeah,
but yeah,
what
I meant by Fairuza Balk is, like, she looks like a bad guy, if that makes any sense.
Oh, she does.
She has this, like, demeanor, and, like, that smile is creepy. It could be it's like she could do, like, the creepy smile, the evil smile, the genuinely, like, happy smile. She does a good job of doing the bad guy. Also, there are things in this movie that I was like, wow, this would not fly nowadays. At all.
No, not at all.
At all. When the white girl calls the black girl I'm not going to say it, even though it's not really the N-word, but it's still horrible.
Oh, yeah. Or the French teacher asking the student if he got laid this weekend.
Yeah, dude. It's so... Also, that guy, I forgot his name. Wait, I'm going to get it right now. Brecken Mayer, the guy from Clueless, he's also in this movie.
Yes.
Honestly, he's there for like 2 seconds and then he never shows up again. It's really odd. There's just a couple things like gripes I have with the movie. Like at the beginning of the movie when they move into the house, that man walks in with the snake and then you see him again and then he just never shows up again.
Well, I mean, he dies.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I totally forgot. No. True. I totally forgot about that. No, wait.
Sorry to burst your bubble, but,
Back up. What I meant to say is, yes, he died. I forgot about that. Sorry. Second, what was the point of his character? I don't know. It was weird, and I didn't really see the point of that character at all. Did you guys see a point to this?
There was a lot of characters in this that were kind of pointless, but you gotta enjoy the ride.
The whole thing at the end of the movie, like when she's like, "Oh yeah, I made your dad and your stepmom get on a plane and the plane crashed." I was like, "Damn, this is some Final Destination shit." And then at the end,
right?
It's like, "Psych,
just kidding,
just kidding, they're alive." It's like, what?
Why would you do that to me? And why would you admit it at the end? It's like
I don't know. And also, another thing I had a gripe with, when she is spoilers, whatever. When she's fighting Fairuza Balk's character, and she throws her into the mirror, she acts like she killed her, and then like the movie jumps forward, and then for some odd reason she's like in an insane asylum, which I don't know how the hell the main character got the cops to be like, yeah, this person's insane. Let's just take her in. I don't know. That whole part of the story was a little wonky for my liking.
There was a lot of it that was kind of weird, but you enjoy it because it's a fun ride, I think. And just don't take it serious and don't think that this is actual, real. This is a fantasy. This is a fantasy horror film. Just enjoy it for that and turn your mind off that this is real witchcraft and all that stuff, because it's not.
By the way,
is it a horror movie?
Yes,
it is considered.
Yes, this is a horror movie.
Oh, well, Google puts it under mystery fantasy, but yeah, I guess you can put it as horror.
Wikipedia puts it under supernatural horror.
Yeah, and I
who the hell goes to Wikipedia?
I do.
Oh,
bitch.
okay, never mind.
It's drama, fantasy, horror. in IMDb. So yeah.
One last thing I want to ask you guys before we give our ratings and end this segment. Is Menon a real thing? I just was curious.
I personally have never. I'm going to do a quick search now of it. I personally have never really heard of it. And also, Menon apparently is something else right now, but Menon paganism. Let's
I've
see.
only heard
Abracadabra.
The only ones that I've heard is very like based in Santeria, so it's not real paganism, I guess you could say. So it's different, but also you're gonna find different what do you call it, names for different things, different entities. So it's all up for interpretation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this says in the film The Craft, and this is from thecraft.fandom.com. Okay. Wikipedia. So Wikipedia is a good source. In the film The Craft, I try not to laugh. Oh, the irony. The film The Craft, Menon is the all-knowing and all-powerful creator of the universe, as well as the divine patron of witchcraft. Menon is believed to be the embodiment of nature, who represents the primal nature and wildness of humankind. Personally, I've never given a name. Like, in paganism, and the way that I learned it, there's a lord and there's a lady, but they don't necessarily have
a name.
Names.
Gotcha.
Now, different sect will name all different kind of gods, because paganism is one of those religions where we have, a god of love, a god of water, a god of this, a god of that. But the lord and lady are just like the balance, they're the two entities that keep balance to the world.
Yeah.
So if Menon represents the god of nature, so be it.
Okay. Also, really random thing. I was watching the movie and I'm like, the song "How Soon Is Now" starts playing, which is a Smiths song, and I'm like, who the fuck sings this? And then I'm like, oh, it's not the Smiths. It's a fucking cover.
Dude, this soundtrack is awesome. By the way, they even
this
have
soundtrack is 90s.
Yes,
dude, they have Portishead in one of the songs. I was like, what?
Yes, they do. They do.
I was hearing it. I was like, hold on a second. Turn that up real quick. And I was like, oh my god, yes, it is. I was singing along with the song instead of paying attention to the movie.
It was fun. Like, I don't know if you guys are fans of the Smiths, but that song came on and I was like, that's not the Smiths. And then but it's still a good cover. But nonetheless, all right, ratings, boys. What are we giving The Craft? William, what do you give it?
For what it is and for what it represents and for what it did for the pagan and Wiccan community, I probably would give it a 8 out of 10.
Okay. But is there a but?
Oh, I mean, like,
no but.
Is there a but? I don't know, because I mean, like, I literally just watched this movie again as a refresher, because I know this movie very well, but as a refresher, I literally watched it before we recorded the show, and it still kept me entertained. I still enjoyed it. Like we said, like the special effects still hold up to this day. Overall, it's a really good, solid movie. So
it's fun.
8 out of 10.
It's definitely very 90s though. Like if you didn't grow up in the 90s or are familiar with like 90s films, like this might be a bit of a shock to you because it's really 90s. And it's funny, like other horror films like Scream doesn't really feel that 90s to me, but this movie does.
Oh, Scream is very 90s. Come on now.
It is, but like this one, I feel like they push like the 90s on you real hard in this movie.
This movie is very dated because of that, I think, more than anything else.
What I would give it, I enjoyed it. It's a bit ridiculous, of course, and that's coming even from somebody that doesn't really know much about paganism or Wiccan. I give it like a 7.5. I enjoyed it very much. Okay. It was cool.
I would give it a 7.
7?
Solid
okay.
7 for me.
Awesome. So it gets a stamp of approval from the three of us.
All right.
Go watch The Craft. It's streaming on Netflix.
Yes.
And maybe some other streaming service that we don't know about.
It's on CBS All Access as well.
What a weird streaming service to have that one on. All right, guys.
Right. No.
Stay tuned after this quick break when we come at you with our coming back our old segment, the movie news.
Oh, now we're doing the movie news? What the... All right.
What the...
As the songs of awakening rang through, the world was created. The silence was broken.
Middle-earth, with its rolling hills, broken mountains, flowing rivers, and beautiful forest, was created.
Cellar Door is a journey into the mythology, the mystery, and the beauty of Middle-earth. Sit back.
Close your eyes.
And imagine.
Welcome back, guys, to our old segment that we're bringing back. So, of course, if you've been listening, you are familiar that right now we would be doing Spiel Binge. But Zach had some prior engagements and could not make it tonight. So we're going to be doing movie news instead for this week. So, Lewis, take it away.
All right. So what I'm going to actually cover is basically the stuff that's coming to the streaming networks. Netflix, Amazon, those are the two big honchos right now. So let's see what's coming out for March and the beginning of April. Stuff that's currently on Netflix as this show airs, March 15th? 13th? Sure. Sorry. Calendar not working.
Friday the 13th.
If it's Friday, it's Friday the 13th.
Yes.
Friday the 13th, yes.
That's right. Okay, so Beyond the Mat is actually dropping on Netflix. Donnie Brasco, which I don't know if either one of you have seen that.
Nope.
Yes, actually.
It's a good one.
I like it. Johnny Depp, right?
Yes.
Yep. I like it.
Ghost of Girlfriend's Past, which is a really funny movie. It's kind of one of those that you'd be like, huh? But it's actually really enjoyable and fun, like 27 Dresses, The Proposal. They're actually good romantic comedies.
Okay. I agree with you. 27 Dresses is a guilty pleasure of mine.
Badass movie. I love that fucking movie.
I like Ghost of Girlfriend's Past. It was actually,
right. It is enjoyable, right?
It's enjoyable. It's definitely a rom-com. It's Matthew McConaughey. I forgot who the girl lead is.
It's fucking the girl from Alias, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, Jennifer Garner.
Yes, thank you.
And it's kind of like a different take, a little bit on Christmas Carol.
Yeah,
a little bit,
pretty much.
So, yeah, I'm sorry. Go on.
Goodfellas is dropping as well, which I know we all love that one.
Okay.
And William's amazing film that he loves, and so do I. Hook. Yes, it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. Yep. Is it also on Disney Plus?
It is.
No,
yes.
It
yes.
is.
Yes, it is.
And well, you have to go check them because you have to remember Disney Plus has a lot of movies on there.
No, it is because I saw it recently.
You click on. Oh, okay. Like you click on it and it says not available till 2021. We're like, what the fuck? Which is why I can't watch my Mighty Ducks movie.
You know what's killing me inside? Like, so really random tangent of Disney Plus. So in December I watched Rise of Skywalker, like most Star Wars fans did, right? And I thought it was an atrocious movie, but I want to watch it one more time, right? So I'm like, perfect, Disney Plus, I have it. Turns out the movies don't come out till 6 months after they're in theaters to Disney Plus.
That's
and I'm
the
like,
original way it's supposed to be.
This is some horse shit. I'm like, just give me the movie. Let me watch my shitty Star Wars movie, please.
You have to remember though, because I think in some theaters in the U.S. it's still playing.
I doubt it. No,
it is still playing in theaters.
But it's coming out on DVD like next week.
Yep, and that's when they stop playing in theaters.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
It's still playing. I believe it's still playing at the Empire. Like I think it's got like three shows a day. That's it. But it's playing at the Empire on 42nd here in New York.
Yo, I applaud you if you've waited almost 90 days to watch The Rise of Skywalker and not get spoiled.
I haven't gotten it spoiled yet.
Jesus Christ.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Don't worry. It's not a great movie.
Completely out of touch.
So
with
wait,
all
when
Star
are you
Wars.
watching it then?
I'm watching it when I get it on Vudu.
Oh, God. May God bless you. Don't waste your money on it.
I got it for $4.
Oh, okay. Fine.
It's the same as a rental. It's all good.
It's really not great. God, that movie's...
I've heard mixed things. So another thing that's kind of okay, whatever, pretty bad in my opinion, Hugo, which William said he enjoyed.
Never seen it.
I liked it. It's I believe it's computer generated.
Yeah, it's atrocious. It's horrible.
Who's the director? It's not Del Toro, right?
Martin Scorsese.
Martin Scorsese.
Oh, Martin Scorsese. Yes. So I mean, it's not cinema because it's animated.
Anyways.
Well, it's not. Wait. Hugo is not animated, right?
It is animated.
It's computer generated.
Wait,
Yeah.
but aren't the actors like real life? What?
It's a motion
It's in the
capture.
style. It's in the style of Polar Express.
Yeah, it's motion capture to give like the realistic movements and all that stuff, but it's not real.
Kind of like the Avengers movie.
Yes,
Get
pretty
the fuck
much.
out of here! I'm looking at pictures of the movie and they look like real people. That's incredible.
Yeah, it's animation.
Yeah, right?
Holy shit! Okay, all right.
So another thing that's very, very timely right now, the movie Outbreak is on Netflix.
Hey, hide your kids, hide your wives, because the coronavirus is getting everybody up in this bitch.
And it's not coming from the Congo. Richie Rich is actually coming to Netflix.
Ironically, I think Africa is like the one continent that it hasn't really hit.
Yes.
Like, did you read about that? Like, I think it's been it's like on one hand, the amount of coronavirus people that have been infected in all of Africa. Like, what the hell's their secret?
Well, supposedly they just I think they just finished going through like an Ebola breakout is somewhere in Africa.
So
Like,
if they didn't die from that.
So they're taking a break. So they're taking a break. They're like, sorry, Corona, can't come in yet. There's a 30-day waiting period between the last one and the next one.
That and they don't like Mexican piss.
Jesus.
Wow.
But wait, really random thing about the Corona, movie news wise. If you are excited for Winter Soldier and Falcon on Disney Plus, they just delayed shooting in Prague because of the concerns over the coronavirus. So that may mean that the show might get delayed. We'll see. I don't know.
Also, there's a big movie that got pushed back because of it.
007 got pushed back.
Yeah, 007 got pushed back because of it.
King's Man also got pushed back.
Yes,
to
that's the
Christmas
other
release.
one.
Which
Really?
that one I'm so much more upset than Bond, because with Bond I was like, okay, it got pushed back. We had
Man,
a
we've been
kind of like
waiting.
a small premiere set up through work, because working in a spy museum, one of our exhibitions is James Bond. So I'm like, all right, we're going to cancel that. And then they're like, King's Man's getting pushed down to like November, December. I'm like, motherfuckers. Now I have been personally attacked by coronavirus.
Yeah,
Right.
Supposedly, what's the studio that does 007?
I don't remember.
Golden Meyer.
Yeah, one of those studios is gonna lose
MGM.
yes, I actually think it's MGM. They're gonna lose $30 million because of delaying the movie.
Damn.
Yeah.
So the other one that's coming out, Richie Rich. I don't know if you guys enjoyed that movie, but I did as a kid.
Never seen it.
What?
Notice the complete quietness. Moving on.
Space Jam is also coming out.
Hey, God, I love Space Jam.
That movie is so good. I watched
movie
that
is
recently, and
phenomenal.
it's so fun.
It is such a fun movie, and the song, the titular
Hell
song,
yeah!
is so 90s, but it's so incredibly good.
It's like Free
man.
Willy, dude. Like that song is so good.
I haven't seen Free Willy since I was a kid, and I need to go. I think it's streaming on Netflix, right?
It is. And I watched both of them back to back for some reason. I was going on a nostalgia binge.
There's
Dude,
three
you
of
want to
them.
make yourself cry? Like, what's wrong with you?
No, I was saying Space Jam and then Free Willy.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn, both Free Willies?
Oh.
No. And then another.
The only sad
banger.
part about that song is the fact that freaking R. Kelly sings it, and yeah. What's the last?
The double entendre of that one,
right?
The next banger of a movie that's on Netflix now is The Shawshank Redemption.
God, that movie is incredible.
I think that's a lot more than just a banger of a movie. That's just that's like beyond classic. Royalty elite.
I saw that movie really late in life. I saw it like 10 years ago in high school. I don't know why they showed it to us in a class, and I was like, holy shit. This movie is insanely good.
It really is. And then another one that I consider really fucking good, I don't know about you guys, There Will Be Blood.
Yes.
That movie is fucking
Dude, Daniel Day-Lewis is an incredible actor. Holy shit, man.
Seriously. Tootsie is also on Netflix now.
Tootsie,
nice.
Okay.
Tootsie. ZZ Top, the little old band from Texas, is on Netflix. I don't know what it's about, but obviously it's about ZZ Top. But
it's probably a documentary on ZZ Top, which I mean, they're one of the most classic American. I guess you can call. Are they country rock? Are they rock?
They're rockabilly.
Rockabilly. Yeah. Bands.
I don't like ZZ Top. I really don't like ZZ Top.
Wow, we really need a better co-host.
I'll be honest with you. I've only ever heard a couple of ZZ Top songs, and they're okay. I enjoy them, but I don't go out of my way to listen to ZZ Top.
I saw them live with Kid Rock, and it was actually a pretty good concert.
Kid Rock, Mike, why would you ever go to a Kid?
Why would you do that to yourself?
No, dude. One of the best concerts I've ever gone to was Run DMC, Kid Rock, and Aerosmith all in one.
Okay, Run DMC and Aerosmith I see, but Kid Rock,
fine.
Yeah, but I mean, like they meshed, they meshed very well on stage.
It's like Jamiroquai. It's like, why would you go see that in concert? He has one good song.
To get high?
No.
It's the same
Virtual reality.
Dave Matthews Band.
Continue.
Castlevania season 3 is dropping. It has dropped on Netflix.
I'm actually seeing Dave Matthews Band very soon. But yes, continue, Lewis. I'm sorry.
Carmen Sandiego is dropping as well, and the Twin Murders, The Silence of the White City. It's a Netflix original film. And the Valhalla Murders is a Netflix original as well. So if you're into true crime, you can check those two out. And of course, The Story of God with Morgan Freeman, season 3.
There's also one. I don't know if you have it on list here because I don't see your list in front of me. But if you end it, I want to put it in there.
Not yet.
Just for you.
Silver Linings Playbook is dropping on the 16th. It's a good one. I liked it.
That's a good one.
Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy is dropping on the 16th. On the 17th, Black Lightning season 3 is dropping on there. That's actually a pretty good show if you haven't checked it out.
The CW one?
Yeah.
It's like part of the Arrowverse or whatever?
Yes, exactly. I actually
is it part of the Arrowverse though?
Yes, it is part.
Yeah,
it is officially part of it.
Okay.
March 19th, Altered Carbon Resleeved. It's actually a Netflix animated version of
I saw that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that because I liked Altered Carbon initially. Ozark
initially?
Well, yeah, like the actual live action version. Ozark season 3 is dropping on the 27th of this month.
Okay.
And that's what I have for Netflix because
I have one more for Netflix.
Oh God, what?
They announced that they are renewing for the third and final season of Lost in Space.
Yeah, but that's not dropping.
Yes,
that
is not dropping, but it's for you.
Yes,
just for you.
2021. I'm so excited.
Have you watched season 2?
Oh yes, it's really good. It is as good as the first season.
Okay,
it is good, and it's one of those seasons. The more you watch, the better it is.
Okay.
So, Amazon Prime will go through these quick. Abduction dropped on there. Deck the Halls is on there as well. Eyes of an Angel dropped on there as well.
Wait. Deck the Halls, is that the one with Arnold?
No, it's 2011.
Ah, damn it. What's the one with Arnold?
It's Deck the Halls. It is Deck the Halls. Yeah. The Cooler, which I don't know if you've seen that.
Nope.
2003 film with William H. Macy.
Nope.
It's a good one.
The only thing called Cooler I've seen was the Dragon Ball Z movie.
I thought the same thing, William.
Wayne's World 2 is dropping on there as well.
Excellent.
Yeah. And Man on a Ledge, which is actually pretty good. Kung Fu Panda for the kiddos. I like that one. I liked it.
I've actually never seen it. I've heard very good things about Kung Fu Panda, though.
It is fun. For Brandon and I, this is gonna. I think both of us are gonna laugh. Anybody that's out there that's Hispanic will laugh. Mm-hmm. The Cantinflas movie is coming out.
What the fuck?
The Cantinflas? What the hell's Cantinflas?
He's from that Mexican show. The one that he's like the really slow guy.
He's like the little kid, right? The one that they're
the
kids.
Bumblebee. You know the Bumblebee from The Simpsons. It's based off of Cantinflas.
Yeah, that's a Mexican show that they would play on Univision or Telemundo, and I never
Telemundo,
watched
bro. Telemundo.
One of those.
Yeah.
God.
So yeah.
Did they play it every domingo? No,
they played it like every fucking day. I think it's actually a really famous show in Mexico. If I'm not mistaken.
Really is, dude. It's
really
is.
Yeah.
I had a game of Cantinflas that we used to play that it was like a sandwich game, and you had to put like certain things like the lettuce. It was stupid, but anyways.
Okay, sure.
Jay and Silent Bob reboot is coming to Amazon Prime as well. Agatha Christie, The Pale Horse Season 1. So they are actually doing an Agatha Christie series on Amazon Prime, which is actually interesting. I'm personally very interested in it. Pet Sematary, if you haven't seen the remake from 2019, it is dropping on the 19th of this month.
On Amazon?
Yes, Amazon Prime.
Nice.
So, yep, those are the movies coming out.
Real quick, because I'm a fan of it, and if you have HBO, you should be a fan of it too. Season 3 of Westworld drops Sunday, March 15th.
Yes.
On the Ides of March, which is the perfect time to drop Season 3, because Season 2 was fucking mind-blowingly amazing.
So have yet to watch Westworld at all.
I've watched one episode.
I don't think that you may enjoy it as much, but like you would have to really power through half a season. Each season only 10 episodes. So when I say half a season, I'm talking like 5 episodes. But you have to power through. There is a lot of talking, a lot of exposition, but it is so well done.
I don't mind it. My problem is I think that the show, for me personally, has been overhyped, unfortunately. So it's going to be rough when I finally get around to watching it somehow, because I don't have HBO. So God knows when when I'll ever watch it. So we'll see. Maybe eventually.
Sweet.
All right. Anything else, guys, before I wrap up the segment?
That's it.
All right, guys.
Yep.
Stay tuned at this quick break when we come at you, not live, never live, with the final segment of our show, the individual reviews. All right, guys, welcome back for the final segment of our show, the individual reviews. Lewis is not going to be going first. I'm a piece of shit. William is going to be going first.
We literally just talked about this.
You know what? It's that I was thinking of Lewis in the back of my head because I love him so much.
I know.
And he's just in the back.
It happens.
William
so much.
is going to be going first. Fuck you. All right, William.
What can I say? People love me more than William.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Maybe they just want to get what's kind of bad out the way first, so that they can
it's like the two of us equal to Buddha. You know, you have the size, the birth, the width, and I have the bald head.
The birth? Do you mean the girth?
Yeah, that too.
I think you meant the girth. Obviously, I have the wisdom too, because I know the difference between a birth and a girth. So all he's got is the baldness, which a couple of years from now, I'll be able to do myself anyway, so we're good. All right.
Does that mean I get good luck if I rub your tummy?
I mean, the last time you rubbed my tummy, you ended up with your fiance now, so I guess so.
I also ended up with a really bad fart, so I don't know.
Hey, you're gonna take your bad with your good.
All right, what movie are you bringing in?
So because I know you had mentioned in the past that it's like you watch all the movies that we review, I was going to be a complete dick. And I'm like, since he didn't win last time, I'm going to review Secretariat. But I'm not. Because you've been good with the movies. So I hate doing it because I always end up going before you make your selection. So I went with what is the unofficial, because a lot of people forget that it was part of the Disney Renaissance. So I'm going with something that was on Disney Plus, and it was what I like to believe kicked off the Renaissance and made movies like The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King, Mulan, all that available and being able to happen. It's got an amazing cast. It's got Eva Gabor, Bob Newhart, John Candy, your top three right there. George C. Scott as well plays the villain. And I'm going with The Rescuers Down Under.
Yes!
Right? There you go. See? That's what abomination I'm bringing to you this week, asshole. So this is a sequel movie and it came out in 1990. It's a sequel to, obviously, The Rescuers. Yes. Which even the Rescuers themselves, I should have watched both of them and just combined the two because the two are like beautifully done.
The Rescuers is the originals from like the 70s, right?
I think so.
80s, I think, maybe.
That's I never watched The Rescuers until recently, maybe like about 10 years ago at the most. But Rescuers Down Under was one of those that I had on repeat.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. 1977.
Yeah, 1977. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't realize it was that old. But I believe that it was still.
That's my favorite character. The fucking Italian restaurant with the crickets.
Yeah.
I love that.
Go ahead, William. Continue with your review.
No, I was looking because I knew John Candy didn't voice the Albatross back in the 70s, so I was seeing who voiced him back. I did not know until I looked at the cast list that John Candy was even involved in this project.
Oh yeah,
which is great because he's got his Disney voice, he got his Disney medal. So the Rescuers, the first time was in the bayous of Louisiana. This time they're going, obviously, as the title says, down under to rescue a little boy in Australia. They got captured by a poacher because the poacher realizes that he knows the location of this giant, beautiful golden eagle, whom he had already shot and killed the father, and now wants the mother, and obviously wants the eggs as well for his iguana, which the iguana is great.
Awesome. So good.
All the what do you call them? Like all the animals in this movie are like even when they have a little bit of screen time, they are so very well developed.
Yeah,
like the lizard that's trying to get out but can't. The kangaroo and the koala.
I love that guy, the fucking paranoid little twitchy lizard. I love that lizard. Oh my god. Sorry, nostalgia's hitting me hard.
No, it's completely fine. This is why I review movies like this, because I know it's movies that we have seen and that we can talk about. I thought that John Candy did Wilbur because the original voice actor for, I forget what Wilbur's cousin's name was, back in The Rescuers had passed away. But no, he's Bernard Fox in this movie as well. He plays the chair mouse in this movie. So Bernard and Bianca go down to Australia. Obviously, they meet, what was his name? Jake. Yes, Jake, which was, it's a kangaroo rat. Is that what they're called?
Kangaroo rat.
Kangaroo rat. It's like those little rats that hop around. But it seems very much a animated version of Crocodile Dundee, which is great. The one thing that I did not like is the fact that the little boy is supposed to be like a native of Australia. but he's got no Australian accent. And it was just kind of like what threw me off a little bit, because I'm like,
well, maybe he wasn't born there.
Disney. Well, I don't know. I mean, like the mother. I think the mother has like an Australian accent, which doesn't make sense.
Okay,
but the animation is definitely, like I said, this is what unofficially
it is beautiful. Animated.
Kicked off the Renaissance. It's, oh my god, like the colors,
dude. Seriously.
The fast pace, even the fast paced movement that happens,
the music
is beautiful. It's definitely very up to par, very enjoyable, and it's dark though, because like, you know, we're used to Disney where the bad guy doesn't necessarily die, but obviously he does in this one. He falls over the waterfall. Excuse me, pardon me.
He's dying, folks.
No, but yeah, I agree with you. It really is beautifully animated. Every moment.
It is not coronavirus, for the record. Not coronavirus. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Louis.
No, I just think that every character is so vivid and so realistic. I honestly, this film, it fills my heart. It warms my heart watching this movie so much. It's that nostalgia done right. It's something that you could watch and enjoy and still find the beauty in it. This is something that you could show your kids, and I definitely agree with William that this is the start of the Renaissance, because that's why it was the Renaissance of Disney. Was it's going to stand the test of time. These films are beyond anything else Disney did up to that point.
Yeah, and I believe this came out. What came out in 91? Little Mermaid, right? Was 91?
No, actually, Little Mermaid started the Renaissance in 89, and then it was Rescuers Down Under, then Beauty and the Beast, and so
on. Okay, I forget about that. Okay, so it didn't kick off the Renaissance, but it's the lesser known, I guess, of the Renaissance movies, because when people list off Renaissance, they usually jump over this movie. They go from Little Mermaid right into Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Lion King, and this movie gets omitted, which I think is a horrible thing, because like we said, like I know we don't want to call it cinematography because it's actually all, you know, hand drawn, but the fact that they stopped and the details that they give the Australian outback and the opening scene where he's flying through the clouds with the eagle, you can't do that well in CGI nowadays. I mean, you can, but it's like, it almost seems like cheating. Whereas the fact that they stopped and frame by frame they did this movie, oh my god, watch it. You know, it's not one of those movies that's going to be your kid's top choice, but sit them down. If you decide to go through the Renaissance of Disney, do not skip this movie.
Yeah.
You know, prepare the child or the teen that it's not a happy-go-lucky movie, but it's still something that needs to be watched.
And I love that George C. Scott is the villain in this, because I have such a fascination that this poacher is General Patton. That just I don't know why that gives me just it warms me up inside. And the fact that he is the general from Dr. Strangelove too. It really warms me up seeing the expanse of his career from Dr. Strangelove to Patton to this. And it's just beautiful. I'm sorry, I had to throw that in there.
You're good. All right, is that it? You're done?
William, what do you give the movie?
I give the movie like 9.5 out of 10. Ooh. It is a great, underrated movie that, like I said, it's one of those Disney sequels that is actually really good. Because we got like a lot of the sequels were like, I don't know if it's bad. I would say it's on par with the original, because like the original was also like very dark, very, you know, there's that beautiful love song that Bianca sings as well in the first one, which there's no song in this one. But a lot of the sequels that we got from the Renaissance period movies, and even from like Cinderella's and whatnot, they're not great, and they were straight to DVD for the most part. This one hit the movies. This one made a profit. This one was a true, well thought out sequel that came out 13 years after the first one, and it still stood its own ground. It deserved its praise. So yeah, I definitely praise it way up there.
Sweet. Branden, what do you give it?
I'm not going to give it a rating because honestly, I haven't seen this movie since I was a kid. But I remember enjoying it as a kid, so I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Maybe I should. I love how Disney Plus, and I just kind of have not gone into the backlog and seen more
that
stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I get that. This is a 10 out of 10. Nostalgia value, and just it's one of those movies I had on repeat. I ran it to death on the VHS. So I love this movie, nostalgia value. So 10 out of 10 for me.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So it's my turn now. I'm going to be going also with an animated show this time that I recently started watching again. Because the first time I watched it, I enjoyed it, but I don't know why. I just stopped watching it. And that is Castlevania, streaming on Netflix. The reason I got back on it was because season 3 just premiered, I think, like last week or the week before that. And I'm midway through season 2, and I gotta say, Castlevania is really good. I don't know if either of you have seen it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I've seen a few episodes here and there, but I haven't watched it religiously.
So, for anyone that has not seen Castlevania, basically, Castlevania starts at this woman by the name of, what is her name? Lisa.
Her name is Lisa?
No, Lisa.
Sorry.
Lisa finds Dracula's castle and basically, for lack of a better word, tames him and eventually marries him. And he teaches her a bunch of medicine and stuff that people have forgotten in the ages. It's just medicine and stuff that over time is just it's basically we've lost that knowledge. So people in that time, because the show takes place in the 1400s, think she's a witch. So they proceed to burn her at the stake. And Dracula goes batshit crazy and wants to kill fucking humanity for it. And
yeah, burn humanity.
Yeah. Honestly, he's a really cool villain, and he it is a bit ridiculous, but honestly, that is what I think makes him human, because honestly, if you're anybody, if you know that your loved one has been murdered for for something that they are not, I'm pretty sure you'd go on the warpath and murder those people that did that to her. So that's what's interesting. He's the villain, but also it humanizes him. Then you got Trevor Belmont, who is the main character of the show. Trevor is I actually really like Trevor's character when they first introduce him, because he's just this drunk that doesn't give a flying shit about his he comes from a very prestigious family, and he just wants to get as far away from that name as possible. And I don't know, man, the show is really dark. It's definitely not for children. It's really not for children. It is extremely violent.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
It is extremely, really, really violent. But it's cool. Season 1 was cool, but it felt like a stepping stone to something bigger. And I haven't finished season 2. I'm halfway, like I said, but definitely that was the precursor to a much bigger story that is happening now in season 2. And I've heard very good things about season 3. I don't know if you've seen it, Lewis.
I've seen only season 1 and 2, so no, I haven't seen season 3.
Okay, cool.
Because it just came out just last month.
Literally last week or the week before that.
I haven't seen it yet.
I've
been binging another show.
And season 2 is even better because they introduce so many more characters in the show, like Hector and Isaac, who are humans that are helping Dracula's cause because they hate humanity. And I find them to be fucking fascinating, those two characters. Animation wise, I think the show is pretty when it wants to be, but for the most part, it's not.
I think it's done very much like a Spawn, very Spawn-esque.
I don't know, man. There's these moments.
I love the animation.
There's these moments where Scifi, one of the characters, she's like a magician, a wizard. Sorry,
heavy metal. Very much like heavy metal.
Yeah, there's these like scenes where Scifi looks at the camera, and I literally pause, and I'm like, "Holy shit, her face looks incredible."
Oh, dude.
Like, incredible.
It is beautifully done.
And then there are some scenes where I'm like, this kind of looks half-assed. And I understand it's probably because they're cutting budget because they want to put more budget into other scenes and whatnot. But yeah, that's not to say that they do flex. Like when there are fights and stuff like that, it's like, whoa, this is really neat and whatnot. But yeah, I really much enjoy this show. Definitely don't watch it with children, though. Definitely don't do that.
Definitely don't.
Don't do that. I would give what I've seen so far like an 8. I'm excited to continue watching season 2, and if season 3 is anything like this, then I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna like it.
It drops off a little bit at the end of season 2, but from what I've heard, season 3 picks it right back up and takes it to a whole other level.
Cool.
So
awesome.
Honestly, season 1 and 2, what I've seen so far, I'd probably give like a 7. It is good. But it has this little moment of kind of dullness, and the animation is jarring. When I watched season 1 again, it was a lot better watching it again, knowing what I was getting into.
Yes, so, I the same thing with me. Like season 1 is 4 episodes, but they kind of like it feels like nothing is happening. As weird as that sounds. And then season 2, I was like, okay, this is really picking up, and I'm excited to see where this goes. So yeah. That's my review of Castlevania.
Sweet. So, all right. Mine is going to be a show as well that's streaming on Netflix. And this is a dark comedy with the what do you call it? How can I explain this? Everybody knows your name when you go here.
Cheers?
Yes. He was the bartender in Cheers.
Oh, Ted Danson.
Yes.
Oh, Good Place.
Yes. This show is fucking glorious.
Oh my god, tell me about it. I haven't seen a single episode.
Oh my god. It's so good. So good.
I know that it's good just because like my girlfriend has watched every single episode and she absolutely loved it. So yeah, no, go ahead. What is your opinion? Because
it stars Kristen Bell, and her presence on the show is bar none. The cast of this show is selected so well. This is a sitcom that doesn't feel like a sitcom. It's a show that doesn't take itself serious in any way or form. It plays with the modes of telling a story on TV. And the whole thing is about these 4 people that die and they go to the good place. It doesn't say whether it's heaven. It doesn't say that. It says it's the good place. And then Danson, guy from Cheers, is basically the greeter. He's the Walmart greeter of the good place. And he is an architect. He actually builds these neighborhoods that people that go to the good place go to. I want to leave it at that plot-wise because anything else is a spoiler. And just put it this way. If you like dark, sarcastic humor, if you like very eccentric humor, it's definitely the type of show you will enjoy. If you like Seinfeld, if you liked any of the Woody Allen films, if you like that kind of dry humor, but also very British humor as well in there. It's a mix of that with American TV production. So imagine like the sitcom-esque episodes of Doctor Who, the ones where it's kind of like interacting with the families and stuff like that, and mix it in with Cheers. That's what it feels like sometimes. There's crazy.
I know how it
episodes.
Ends because
it hasn't ended yet.
No, it has.
No, it's still going.
No, the series premiere my girlfriend just finished the series like a week ago.
Well,
or 2 weeks ago
for that season, the newest season, season 4.
No. Like, there's more than 4 seasons. Like, I believe it's on Hulu, and it's the entire series, and it's done.
It's only 4 seasons so far, but they already got signed on for more. The last episode dropped on January 30th, 2020. So they're still continuing it on. Next year they're going to renew it for the next season. On Netflix, there's only season 1 through 3. The 4th season is not on there. I finished the...
Wait. After 4 seasons and 51 episodes of ever-increasing afterlife wackiness, The Good Place ended forever, and we do mean forever, with its 52nd and final episode, Whenever You're Ready. This was June 31st, 2020. The show's done. It started 21st? September 9th.
It ends on June 21st?
The article dropped June 31st, 2020, and according to Wikipedia, the original series was started September 19, 2016, and ended January 30th, 2020. It's over. It's only 4 seasons.
Oh, shit. What the hell? I read something about that it was still going on, but okay.
No, unfortunately not. I'm sorry to bust you. Sometimes you find out things on air. Sorry.
Damn it. But so far, I've seen all the way to the season 3, which I started it last week on Wednesday. And I binged 3 seasons of this show in a few days because it's that fucking good. Naomi got me into it, and she's like, dude, you gotta watch this. We're like, oh, we'll watch just 1 episode. We ended up watching 5 episodes, and we're like, okay, yeah, that's enough for tonight. But I got hooked on that shit. As soon as I got home, I started watching it, and every time like I have a moment, I watch it. I passed her already on the show. That's how quick I watched it. But it's 30 minutes each episode, and it is worth it. If you love like dark humor and all that stuff, like I mentioned before, you will love this show. This is about an 8.5 out of 10. I love it so far, and I'm going to watch season 4 now that you mentioned it on Hulu, because yes.
Awesome.
I'm excited.
All right, so, Lewis.
The movies that you guys are going to choose from. One choice is going to be Leviathan. This is streaming on Amazon Prime. And the other one is streaming for free on Vudu with ads. And it is Irreversible. So it's going to be Irreversible or Leviathan.
Irreversible or Oh. Dude, why?
They are good movies. And I want William to see
Leviathan?
It. Leviathan is a really good one.
Is it fucked up?
Probably.
I don't know, dude. Oh, man. I really don't want to watch that fucking scene again.
Hired by Martin, the head of a major corporation, a crew including geologist Stephen Beck descends to the ocean depth for a mining project. When the undersea explorers find a sunken ship and investigate, inadvertently bring a malevolent life form on board their vessel. Yes. The creature kills some crew members and causes them to mutate, resulting in a battle of survival against an unknown force far below the surface of the ocean. That's got my vote.
Have you, William, you've never seen Irreversible, correct?
I've seen enough of it to I know I don't want to see it. I really don't, especially after having sat through The Nightingale. I am not ready for another scene like that. Honestly, I'm really not.
Like legit.
But I mean, if it wins, it wins, and obviously I'll play by the rules. But I'm voting for the other one.
Legit, those 2 scenes in Irreversible. Just for why? Just why?
Oh, okay.
Like the breaking of the leg doesn't bother me as much because
it's not the breaking of the legs. It's the rape scene and the fucking bashing of the face and.
Sorry, I meant the bashing of the face. I mean
that one's bad, but the raping is really bad.
Like the face one we've seen a million times in the horror movies where somebody gets their face bashed in.
No, you've never seen it like Irreversible, dude.
You've never seen it like Irreversible.
No.
All right, all right. Let's do Leviathan and Blade Runner, the final cut. Final cut.
Okay, you made me happy now.
I'm still voting for the same one just because I have not seen it.
Okay. Leviathan is a beautiful movie, by the way. It is a really good movie. I was trying to
want to vote for it anymore.
I was trying to choose another
you're
one.
Like, it's a beautiful movie. I'm like, oh, never mind.
I was trying to find another movie, but they took it off, and I was like, God damn it. So it would have been... No, because I'm going to save it for another day. Because it's coming back in 2 months. So I'm saving it as a surprise. But it's
I'm going full horse movies my next one.
on that note, so we got Leviathan or Blade Runner, the final cut. Both on Netflix.
Leviathan's on Amazon Prime and Blade Runner is on Netflix.
Yeah. All right. On that news. I'm tired. On that note, if you enjoyed our show, of course, check out our other shows that are going on right now. We got Manbites Retros coming back, right?
It is, and strong. Hey. We got about 6 episodes in the can already.
Hey. We got, of course, season 2 of Cellar Door that's coming out now.
Yes.
And, of course, go to manbitesfilm.com to check out all our backlog of all our other shows and whatnot. And, of course, show some love on our sister site, diversitygeek.org, and our brother from another Mr. I'm going to go with Mr. this time. John over. Yes.
Before you cut to that, we can officially announce that we will be at MegaCon. Officially with a table. We are going to be at MegaCon doing panels as well. We'll be coming to you with more details about it and post it up on our Facebook page once we have the details. But we are announcing William Phoenix, Branden Lacau, and myself will be at MegaCon. So yes.
Lady Titty, bro.
So our goal, mine and Lewis's goal now, is to try and get Branden just one day to actually cosplay.
Is that actually a thing that's going on?
It is now.
It is.
You heard it here first. He doesn't even know about it.
Cool. All right. Wait. Are you giving me set of materials to cosplay?
Yes.
I mean, like, first we're going to get you to agree to cosplay. Then we can figure out what the hell
am
we're
I
putting
cosplaying?
you in. Yeah.
Good Burger.
Good Burger? Sure.
Would you do Good Burger?
I'd like to do another one. Sure. What else do you have in mind? Whatever. We'll talk about
it.
We put this up to the vote of the listeners. We'll put
up oh dear God, no! Don't do that to him. They're gonna put him. They're gonna make him look like Mrs. Doubtfire by the time they're done.
He would do it too. Or make him do a throwback to our original MegaCon, which would be having a sign saying that he likes butt stuff.
Hey, man.
Dude, can we throw a Babadook costume together for him?
No, I don't have that
much. Just look around for a guy with a hat that says anime titties on it, and that's me. All right, guys.
Lurking in the corners.
Yeah, lurking in the corners. So before Lewis interrupted me, go show some love over to our brother from another Mr. John on YouTube over at Narcotic Casserole. Thank you, William.
Thank you very much, as always.
Thank you, Lewis.
Thank you, Branden.
As always, I'm Branden, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of Manbitesfilm. Cue the drums.
Ba-da-bum.